right. I published the quantum price signal a while ago, and I do like it. It's free, and I just wanted to offer some ways to help people, even though they might not have access to the GANs levels themselves, as plotted in the GANN lines with volume analysis. They can certainly plot the GANN lines themselves. So you can see it's kind of nice when, I'll get rid of the compass for now, when you have the 4-hour GAN, which is the orange, and the daily, which is white. So let's come back here. Of course, there'll always be false signals no matter what trading system you have. For me to filter them, since price is under, it's like all these are too far away from GAN lines, and then these buys are buying into the GAN line, I avoid these. Now when it pops up, that's a valid signal, which would be either a stop loss or probably a loss or break even. Like it's gonna be a small loss. And same goes with this one. When this prints, it's valid. It's underneath the daily. So you have, let's say you start with a couple losers. What's nice about what we do here, though, if you use this, you're noticing prices coming back up. It's almost retesting the break of the daily. You do get a signal. So it's going to go along and just kind of, consolidate a little bit. You do get a sell signal, but again, it would be invalidated because it's above the daily GAN, at least the way I trade. And so you're able to scalp up. Now, when do you get out? So you can either do a couple things. You can draw a trend line, right? And get out here, or you get out at this one. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll actually just, when I'm in a position, I'll just trail the lowest swing. So as that goes up, I'll be moving it up here, and then likely get out, in this area. So it doesn't always be ideal, but that's kind of a way to take some profits. As we all know, it's probably common for most people. Again, I would not take this one. Number one, it's sell above the GAN. This one is not ideal because, again, it's kind of far away from the GAN level, even though this one worked out, and you're selling into a GAN level. So for me, that's not a high probability trade. This is not ideal because by the time this prints, it's far away from the GAN. Same with this one. Again, you're selling into a GAN, so not ideal. This one's a little trickier. You do get a sell down here. Again, this is pretty far away. By the time that you get this printed, it prints right here. So in this case, what's kind of nice is that you can be, just take the signal, but really, when you're a GAN trader, you want to be above the GAN. So that's, for me, that's not a good risk-reward trade. But, so if you're patient, you wait for the retest. So you have the sell, but then you wait for the retest. Sometimes you don't get it. So sometimes you will miss, you'll break right through and you won't get it. In this case, the price does retest to the daily, and this is a very strong area. Broke, retest, and then you can see you can be able to scalp down. You're moving your stop, but you're probably getting out around here because you have your stop at the swing. Again, you wouldn't take this one, you're far away from the trend, so you just got a nice scalp there. And you'll see that it does retrace back up here, and you could have scalped a little bit there, could have scalped a little bit there, and then when price comes back, there is no signal at all. It's kind of going above. You could say this is up and then down and scalp a little bit there, but there's no signal. I'm just saying if you're going off our signals, look how good this one is though. So this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes the give and take of breakout and retest is, this one is a better example. It just happened quicker. It wasn't like a full-blown down and up. It was a subtle candle down, candle up retest. So those small retests are kind of nice. We do like it when price does a full, like a few bars. But sometimes, retests and does this. that's where trading isn't perfect. So you can see a nice. That's where a lot of things, if you're getting in at this level, let's say you even get in here, it's a pretty good risk level, right? You can just scalp down. So that's how I would use. Obviously there's RSI, MACD, stochastics. There's a lot of ways you can utilize confirmations to filter out bad signals. It's just kind of like, so we have the compass here. I like the VWAP, right? So the VWAP's really good. If you took off everything else and just use the VWAP, it'd be kind of the same concept. When price goes above the VWAP, you start buying. It's like, this is like deals coming up here. I love buying when price goes above the VWAP. Invalidates that, like all this nice scalping you're getting. Yeah, you'll miss on the way down. Again, you're far away from the VWAP, so it invalidates that. I'm not saying you can't plot some other, like you could change this to the hourly, right? And that would allow you opportunity to use a GANN level. The hourlies aren't as respected as the daily, but there's ways to, on a day like this where the price didn't move like a ton, using the daily or the hourly to kind of help you. As you can see here, you're buying maybe a little bit above. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's pick your poison a little bit on your tools. That's why I love the dailies, and the VWAP. So anyway, you can't use the dailies, but it just gives you more opportunity for false signals. As you can see, you will miss this down move, but again, we're looking for high probability trades here. So this comes down, retests. You could take this break here. I mean, you could even take this break here, take a stop, break even. It breaks again. I love using this as a line in the sand. Obviously, you could scalp there a little bit. It breaks above, so you might make a little bit there, and then it breaks down. The VWAP is a really good trigger. So again, when price breaks the VWAP, you break up here, and then you have the signal that comes in. So you could do the break here, and then even better, it comes up here, and you could sell right at the VWAP for a scalp down. So that's another way you can use that. And then I do have the Heikinashi. It gets pretty, I mean, it's actually pretty cool. You can totally change everything. It will take away some of all that stuff. But you can just change it around, and you get either too much, so you just kind of modify it to maybe like using averages would be good. Let's see if we can get it to be somewhat decent. Spinning here. So there's a lot, but it is nice though. It will flip. So then you could use the GANN, same kind of concept, another detector like this. So you're using the, I would probably fix it so you're getting the cells near the top of the GANN, but like even right here. So ideally, it comes down, you get a the flip near the daily GANN, and you just scalp down. So that's a cool way to use a free indicator with confirmations. So anyway, I want to give you a breakdown on how I do things to reduce false signals. And anyway, talk to you next week.